So many buttons.
Yep. Beep.
Beep.
Yes.
Beep.
Yes. Welcome back
Beep.
to the Lousy Show.
To the Lousy Show.
Ooh.
You good?
Yeah, I like the seasons are changing, and I'm not
Oh.
used to them changing like this. I acclimated to Texas, and now I'm having to acclimate to here. Like I went out earlier to go get some dinner. Got into my truck, and I was just like, "Huh, okay." Like just I don't know, and it didn't stop. It was literally just like I think I sneezed like 3 times before I even pulled out the driveway, and then I think I sneezed a few more as I was like going up the road. I'm just like, oh God, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on like Claritin daily, you know, like.
I mean, you didn't move that much further away. Like, don't get me wrong, it's far, but a lot of that is at least similar. It's not a drastic difference. Yeah, it's hot as fuck in Texas, but you know, it's not too dissimilar from Texas to Kansas City, I'd imagine. I mean, I know it's different, but you know, it's.
I would. This aligns with our topic.
Ooh.
Oh God, we're doing it again. Fuck! Roll the new title.
No.
No. So I would disagree only because the temperature isn't the only thing that does it. Because I think like down there we had a bunch of fucking like cedar around us and just dust.
True.
And here, like, because you got to think the seasons don't change down there until another like month and a half.
Yep.
Here, it's already changing. Like the mornings, I mean, make no mistake, I fucking love it. I'll wake up and it's like 55 degrees outside. I'm like, oh. But you know, like, it's definitely like you could tell it's changing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
and that's the difference. Like, you give me 1 year and I'll acclimate just fine. But it's just the drastic difference. Like down in Texas, I don't know. Like I think it's like, how hot was it down in Texas today? Let's find out. As of recording this, yeah, right now. Okay, so yeah, today it was 93 degrees, but it was also way less humidity than it is here.
Yeah.
And pretty damn windy. So I would have been used to that. Like,
yep.
And that's what I'm seeing here. Like Friday, it's supposed to be in the hundreds. Friday and Saturday. That's nuts.
So glad.
Whew. That's not pretty.
No, it's gonna be like 68 here this weekend as a high, and I'm so ready for that.
Well, see, I'll be in San Antonio this weekend.
Oh yeah.
So as we're recording, so I have to deal with that. You have to deal with
the heat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in it, dude. The Hoochie Daddy shorts are gonna be alive and well. Make no mistake. Woo. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, but yeah, as far as like just the weather here, like I'm happy it's getting colder.
Yeah.
Like so happy. Like I'm hoodied up right now. You know, like
I feel like I'm just constantly hoodied up at this point.
Well, that's because you literally your office is an ice box.
Yeah. The whole house is really an icebox, honestly. But
See,
we like keeping it like that. But it's just even more of an icebox right there.
Well, ironically enough, like I said before, this leads directly into our topic because I'm actually looking at one of the questions here, and it pertains to weather.
Oh, yep.
So, for all of you watching right now, basically... Well, I mean, not even basically. What we did was we went into our server, like we said before, joined the Discord, link in the description below. If you want to be a part of any kind of events like this, I call it an event, but it kind of is an event for us because it's getting our peoples, moving in the content with us.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a part of any events or any episodes like this in the future, link in the description down below. Join the Discord. That is exactly where you will find where we do these things.
Yep.
Today, we put out a notice.
We sure did.
And it was very simple. Hot takes. Dropped them in there. Shout out to Fire Thief and Marcus Delane both dropping some hot takes in the Discord. Got a few of them here. And we might even come up with some more of our, some more, might look some more up because there's a couple that I heard that I was like, I'm curious how you'd swing on that one, but
yeah.
Long story short, hot takes. He and I have to agree or disagree and explain why. Kind of like a debate, might get heated. Who knows? We'll find out. In the spirit of the political season, he and I are going to fuck each other up.
Ironically, we're recording this while the debate is happening. The presidential
literally.
Debate. Yeah.
Didn't plan that either. Didn't even think about it.
Nope. No, we're not that good. No, roll the original intro.
Roll the original. We're back.
Yeah. We're still shitty. All right, cool.
Oh my God. No, it's funny. I didn't even realize the presidential debate was tonight until like 20 minutes before it started.
I did just because like it was all over the place as far as like football ads and then like all this other stuff. So I was like, ugh. So I was making sure to get off of social media today and probably for the next few days, honestly.
Go watch our social media episode.
Yep. I still hate it.
Call back. Yeah. No, I fully was just watching Netflix with the wife, saw a notification go off my phone. I'm like, I'm good.
Yep.
And with that being said, we've said this before, but I feel like it bears repeating itself. No, this is not political. No, this is not religious. This is all good fun.
Yep.
Please do not drop anything religious or political in the comments down below. We respect everybody's opinions. We love everybody's opinions. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And yeah, let's just have some fun.
Dive right in.
Sam.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure future Sam's going to probably screen grab these and throw these up.
Of course.
But I will read them as well for us so that way everyone at home knows exactly what we are answering. So, Sam.
Yes.
Starting off here. There's no such thing as pumpkin spice latte. It's simply a cinnamon spice drink without any pumpkin flavor. Now, to clarify, you have to agree or disagree. There is no in between. You have to agree or disagree.
Yep.
And explain why.
Okay.
And we'll do it on a count of 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Agree.
Disagree.
Ooh.
Yep.
Starting off with heaters. Okay. Explain.
All right. Well, I could, but I'll let you go first. Mostly because I have a ace up my sleeve. So go ahead.
Okay. Again, the future Sam, can you put the Tony Stark eye roll over me on that one? So here's the thing about pumpkin spice latte. I want there to be a clarification that this is not me debating if it's good or not. Okay. I'm not debating if it should even exist. All right. I don't understand the fandom behind it. I don't understand, why so many people flock. And I'm not even going to use the stereotypical, white girl flocking to Starbucks situation. No, I don't understand why anybody flocks to a coffee shop for PSLs. But I do agree that when you have pumpkin and then pumpkin spice latte, you do get a more cinnamon spice flavor with a very hint of artificial pumpkin. I don't think it's as pungent as many people make it out to be. So I would agree that the cinnamon spice drink without any pumpkin flavor statement is correct. I agree.
Okay. That's a fair assessment, and I respect and value your opinion. However,
no, he doesn't.
I do respect and value your opinion. But again, I have a bit of a
huge
ace up my sleeve. And that is my wife. It is a basic bitch.
My wife.
My wife. No, she actually used to work at Starbucks. So I know. And I went and asked her. It's like, hey, because I saw this pop up and I was like, oh, no way. because this is just a factual thing, yes or no. Is there actually any pumpkin in there? And then, of course, she, in all her wisdom, said, I don't fucking know. So I then, unfortunately, went to Wikipedia, the source of all true human knowledge, and did a bit of digging. And it is technically correct that at one point there was no pumpkin in the pumpkin spice latte originally when it was created. It was just the pumpkin spices, no pumpkin in it at all. Now, however, in 2015, they changed the recipe to include pumpkin.
Brother, it's 2024.
I said back in 2015 they changed the recipe.
Roll the clip back. I'm pretty sure you just said now in 2015.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say now back in 2015 is what I meant to say.
Okay.
I'm not the best orator, so I'm just having a moment here. No, but so back in 2015. Going. Yeah, no, that's it. Back in 2015, they changed the recipe to where it did include it. It didn't used to. I don't really taste it, though, at the same time. But it's on a list of ingredients, so I have to disagree.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think my only rebuttal would be eat a pumpkin pie and then drink a pumpkin spice latte and tell me which one's better.
Oh, pumpkin pie. All day, every day.
There you go.
But you can't make your entire
no, and that's why
I
stated my argument
yeah.
with the spices, but I think my final rebuttal would be, as far as when it comes to the actual pumpkin flavor, when you eat a pumpkin pie and drink a pumpkin spice latte, tell me which one tastes more pumpkin.
Yeah.
Because
although that might be a matter of opinion as well. I'm agreeing with you.
That's not what we're arguing today.
That might be, let us know in the comments, which one do you think is more pumpkin?
Yeah, and play along with us as we read these questions. Make sure to put the timestamp, but put if you agree or disagree on why in the comments. We would love to know.
That'd be cool.
And again, if you want to participate in these in the future and we read one of yours, join the Discord. Link in the description. Also, subscribe and like the video. Sam.
Yes.
Next question. I'm gonna bounce around a little bit here. I don't want to go right in order. So.
Oh, okay. Switching it up on me.
There's no such thing as a bad deal, only bad outcomes.
Ooh.
I'll read it one more time. There's no such thing as a bad deal, only bad outcomes. 3, 2, 1. Disagree.
I think.
I went first last time. Go ahead and explain your time.
I mean, no, I changed my mind. It's I disagree. I was trying to think of, like, there's one little vein going off in my brain, but I was like, no, that's not going to work. I think bad deals overall can be kind of a product of your own, either misinformation, just if you're born into a bad situation, but it's always going to be a bad deal. Well, not always going to be, but it can a lot of times be a bad deal. Just straight up. Like, you can't really argue otherwise. I can't really think of a good scenario of that, though.
Okay.
This one I did not do any previous research on, if you couldn't tell. That was the only one I did, was the Starbucks one.
So for me, there's no such thing as bad deal, only bad outcomes. I disagree. I think there is such a thing as a bad deal. I think there can also be bad outcomes. Of course, I'm sure, like many others, my brain when reading that immediately went to like, oh, a bad deal on a car, and then the car breaks down like, a few months later.
That was kind of along the lines of where I was going with that, is like, that's just a bad outcome. But
yeah. But I think of it like this. Let's say you make a deal with a bookie, right?
Yeah.
You make a deal with you make a deal with a bookie to get 10 grand, knowing that your bets have not been going well. That's a bad deal with a bad outcome.
Yep.
You you could make up any scenario in your head that you want, but bad deals lead to bad outcomes. Now, let me correct that a little bit. Most bad deals lead to bad outcomes.
Typically.
There are some bad deals that you make that may play out in your favor.
Yep.
For instance, you could look at legal battles. If you sign a contractual obligation and the other party doesn't uphold their end of the bargain, but the deal was initially bad for you, guess what? That just swung in your favor. That's a good outcome. Why? Because you can either get out of it or you can get a massive lawsuit payout if you need to, like if you want to go through those measures. I think that when you break it down as a bad deal versus a bad outcome, it's not always going to be a 1-to-1, but a majority of the time, one leads to the other.
Yeah.
And I do believe that bad deals do exist. I think that if you're not educated, and we've talked about this, you can go back and watch our finance episode where me and this douchebag decided to talk about our trucks. I think that there's a level in which you could make a bad deal.
Oh, for sure.
But flip that into a good outcome.
Yep.
So.
I mean, yeah, sometimes there's measures in place to be able to take advantage of a bad deal, quote unquote, to make it into a good outcome. Like for example, I saw one thing one time. It was a guy, crazy situation. Long story short, his credit ended up being fucked. He needed a vehicle bad in order to start working. And everybody was telling him, hey, don't do this deal. Cause like Carvana was going to actually give him a loan, but like where nobody else would.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying, no, don't do it. Don't do it. But then he ended up doing it, getting the job, started making good money, paid extra over on top, and then ended up refinancing later on anyway.
Yeah. And
ended up like his life got totally turned around in a scenario like that. So,
yeah, I think that, and I'll definitely like stand on this hill, like a situation like that, especially in a question like that, it's going to come down to your knowledge.
Yep. If
you are not educated in what you're trying to accomplish, it's likely going to be a bad deal. That's just, in my opinion, what it boils down to. So.
Yeah. A lot of times.
All right. Next up. Fall and winter are better than spring and summer.
This one I have
3
straight away.
3, 2, 1. Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall and winter are the superior seasons. If you disagree, you're wrong.
I well said. Couldn't say it better myself.
I'm a short and concise kind of guy.
Yeah. No. I look. Spring and summer are cool, but fall, you get flannels, hoodies, cool weather, not cold weather, cool weather.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get the changing of the colors in the leaves.
Yep.
You get the crunchy leaves under your feet.
Mm-hmm.
You get to Thanksgiving
smoke off in the distance that you can smell just right. And it's on a cool, crisp evening.
Yeah. Thanksgiving right and Halloween. Pumpkin patches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, like apple cider. Oh. Hay rides. Oh. It's great. Fall, amazing. Winter, just as good. It's cold. Still, you get to wear your good, thick hoodies. You get the hoodies and jeans weather for a few months. Snow, Christmas, New Year's. I'm not gonna say Valentine's Day. I think it's a bullshit holiday. Yeah. But like, the cold weather's just fantastic. Same to the fireplaces there. You get especially if you have one in your house, you start rolling that fire and yeah.
Meanwhile, spring and summer, everything starts blooming. There's trees on everything. and it
My
makes you
face
sneeze.
swells 3 times its size.
Yep. Starts getting hot, and then it gets really fucking hot, and then you can only take off but so many clothes. Even still, you're just sitting there on your couch, just fucking sweat dripping between your balls all the way down to your ass crack, and you're just thinking there, God, I wish it was winter right now. Because that's the best. Fall and winter are the best.
I couldn't agree more.
It's so good. Do you disagree?
Makes you warm and fuzzy inside.
Right. Yeah,
All right. This next one I'm not studious on, but here we go. Asian vehicles outperform their American and European counterparts in a direct comparison. 3, 2, 1.
Agree.
Disagree.
I'll just say that generally because Toyota, and that is, I currently own an American vehicle. For the record, I'm a douchebag because of it. Go back and watch a previous episode when we talked about that. But Toyotas typically are rock solid, and they have been for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas things like, for example, Dodge is kind of notorious for like transmissions going bad. Ford is notorious for their engines blowing up. Chevy's usually pretty good, like Chevy and GMC. LSs are pretty rock solid. But, you know, they're like electronics are shit, usually. Like their infotainment systems are crap. Like probably some of the newer ones are better, but anything up until like 2020 is not good. No offense.
I plan on swapping that anyway, so it's
yeah,
fine.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, my dad, you remember Bobby, the pickup?
Oh yeah.
It was a Toyota 4x4 before they were called Tacomas. It was like Europeans would call it a Hilux. That thing was bulletproof for a long time. And then it finally died. I think it was like 450,000 miles on that thing. And he just like didn't have the time or energy to really put into it to fix it up again.
That truck
but
got us out
he
of
did
a lot of problems.
Yeah, it got us into a lot of problems. I remember he bought it used. It was, I think, 2001, give or take. And it was a 92, so it wasn't terribly old at the time, but man, the thing hit a deer. AC blew up when we were driving from California to Virginia, and then never, like when we fixed it, and it just blew right back up. We had to slam the door just right to be able to start it. So yeah, electronics maybe aren't great in Toyotas, but it'll run. It'll get there.
I agree with you that Toyota's great, but I disagree with this statement. I do not believe Asian vehicles outperform European vehicles.
Okay.
I think they're on the same scale. Like I think they're even. American vehicles, absolutely. American vehicles, I'm sorry, they're just not built like they used to be.
Yeah.
Just no matter how you shake it, I don't believe they're built like how they used to be. I think there's a lot of room to grow from that, you know, in that same vein. But when it comes to European cars, I think they're on the same page. I think, and truly, I know it's going to sound like a cop-out statement, but at the end of the day, it does come down to how well you take care of your vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, I know people who get fucking pissed off at their car, whether it's, you know, Asian, American, or European. I mean, fuck, it could be Antarctican for all I give a fuck. And they're going to be pissed off because they dogged the shit out of it and it blew up after driving it for 15,000 miles, you know? Yeah. So I'm just looking at the general consensus, not, you know, the folks who ram their fucking vehicles into the dirt. And trust and believe, I live in Kansas City where motherfuckers will have pieces of damn car hanging off with one bolt still attached. And they're like, it's fine. You know, like, no, and that's gonna be that piece is gonna fly off, and I'm gonna be living Final Destination. But I do believe that when it comes to European vehicles, I believe that from the general consumer standpoint, European vehicles are on the same level as Asian vehicles, with the consensus that as long as you take care of your vehicle, it will last a long time.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a clear front runner right now. I think the only loser is the American-made vehicle, in my opinion.
Yeah, American's definitely lowest. Yeah, I didn't really even touch on European. I think Europe's definitely closer. But overall, I think you can take even an ancient vehicle that, wasn't taken care of. Let's say you did that with all three of them. American's going to break down immediately. Then it's going to be the European one. But then the fucking Honda Civic's still going to be running, not caring if there's oil in its oil pan or spark plugs in its fucking, in the engine. It'll still be like, I'm running on 2 cylinders, but I'll get there.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's where I'd still just give it the edge, but that is my opinion.
That's why we agree to disagree.
Yep.
All right. Next. I'm going to read this one, but I feel like we've already answered this. Okay. Colder weather is better than warm weather. 3, 2, 1. Agree.
Yeah.
We went over that with fall and winter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. This is spicy. I didn't read this one yet. I just saw this. You cannot be friends with your ex.
It's a spicy one.
3, 2, 1.
Disagree. I think you can. It's a rare scenario for that to be viable. Now, I will say a lot of times you probably shouldn't be friends with your ex.
Facts.
So, yeah, but that's not a can't. Like, you can, it's possible. It's just, there's going to be some hurdles.
Just to clarify, did you agree or disagree?
I disagreed.
Okay, so we both
agree.
Then.
Yeah,
okay.
You and I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other points you want to make with your statement?
I mean, it's all going to boil down to how you and your ex are, how you are with your future partner, and then that dynamic as well. Yeah. Usually, or you're just forever alone and you're just going to be friends with them the whole time, So a lot of times though, jealousy is usually what happens in some variation. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. It's possible.
Yeah. I want to use the point of saying this. Let's define the terms of engagement here. What is the definition of an ex? In my opinion, and in my studies, the definition of an ex is someone that you are officially in a relationship with. Not that you're Facebook official, but like that you two concede to the notion that you are both in a certified relationship. No other parties involved, right? And please don't go to the comments and be like, what about kink communities where they have poly? No, that's not what I'm talking about here. Like, this is you and one other person, okay? Like, you and that person. I believe that if you are in the understanding, you two are in the understanding that you're in a relationship where you two are solidified together, then when you break up, that is your ex. If you go on a date with somebody or a couple of dates with somebody, no, I don't think that's your ex. I think what you were doing was you were testing the waters. Y'all took a couple swims together, realized this motherfucker can't swim, and you got out the water.
Yeah.
With that said, I do believe you can be friends with your ex, in and out of your current relationship. I think it's healthy to try and establish that boundary when you're in another relationship of like, hey, you know, what we had is done. I'm in a healthy relationship now, and I need you to respect that. Any good person would respect that, especially if you consider them your friend. They're going to be like, okay, yeah, no, 100%. And likely to the point, they're not going to be trying to, you know, do anything with you or try and score you back if you're just friends. You know, if they are, that's a piece of shit. Don't be friends with them. But I think it's healthy to have that connection with friends, because that shows a level of respect that I feel like we all need.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we all desire is to have that level of respect with our friends. Mm-hmm. And who knows us better than our exes? I mean, let's be fair. Like, you know, really no different than you and your best friend. You know, like me and you know everything about one another. You know, it's kind of the same concept when you're with a girlfriend or boyfriend or a partner. You know, you are without a shadow of a doubt that individual who's going to know way more about me than other people will.
Yeah.
So I think it's, you know, it's good. Like, that's a person who knows you to the core.
Yeah.
Now there are some exes you won't be friends with. Mm-mm. I'm not going to name any, but I could. But I think that as long as your ex, as a friend, especially when you get into a new relationship, as long as that ex recognizes that boundary is set and that respect is established between the two of you, I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And I think it can be good too to kind of get like a post-mortem on the relationship too. You know, so like if, you know, after you guys have been friends for a while, you know, you guys can kind of talk about, you know, what happened.
Yeah.
And kind of learn from that and kind of use that to grow and better yourself. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that could be a good thing to come out of it as well.
And I'll be fully frank with you. There are, in fact, times, and I've said this already, there are very, very many times where being friends with your ex does not work out, because sometimes those exes don't have that level of respect. How do I know this? I lived through it. Sam knows about this. Brief story, mm-hmm. Not going to name names, but I was dating a chick once upon a time. She and I thought we're good. I was making dinner. She was laying in my bed. She, you know, left her phone in there. I didn't touch her phone. That motherfucker was sitting there, and I see it light up with her ex's name on it. And the message said, "When are you coming over?" And I was like, mind you, this is the same individual who she said that was long gone. She wasn't speaking to anymore. That somebody doesn't have respect for their relationship.
Yep. And
come to find out, she was getting digged down by him. So there's that, but thankfully not in my bed.
Yeah.
But I use that example to say, like, there are people out there who do not respect your relationship and who do not respect 100%. You.
Yep.
So, all right. Next. I don't know how you feel on this one, but it'll be interesting.
Okay.
The Office is not a good TV show.
I think I have the feeling that we're about to fight.
3, 2, 1. Agree.
Disagree. Yep. Fuck you. No, just kidding. We can all like TV shows different from our friends.
Can we? I don't know. You're the one who's angry here, not me.
I think everybody should like The Office because I think it's incredible. I think everybody else should like it. But sometimes people will watch it and be like, that's not for me. And that's totally fine. But it's the greatest show of all time. No, it's not. But it's up there.
No, it's not.
No? What don't you like about it?
I put The Office on the same the same pedestal as I do SpongeBob SquarePants. I think the internet made it way more popular than it should have been. It's like the actors and actresses in that show, great, love them. Like, I've seen many movies and many other TV shows where they were in. It was awesome. Yeah. You know, it's cool. I think the premise behind The Office, and I can already hear the comments stewing on this, by the way. Well, I just want you to know, like, I'm gonna get
it's me
destroyed.
in the comments. No, just kidding.
But no, I think that The Office was a product of the internet taking hold to something, to a joke, and then it became people's personalities. Like,
okay.
Now, make no mistake. Again, everybody can have their own opinion. You know, not everyone has to like the same thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the essence of the question, I don't believe it's a good show. I think it's a show made up with a bunch of really good actors that got hot thanks to the internet and took off for a long fucking time.
So let me ask that, because you still haven't answered the question. What do you or no, you answered your question. Sorry, I had another one in my head that I didn't say out loud yet. So how much of it have you watched? Like just first season, second season? I'm not trying to rip into it, but
I've watched a majority of the first season, a majority of the second season, sporadically through other seasons, and most of the last season.
Gotcha. And so with that, you didn't find any enjoyment in that? No? Okay. Because when you were talking about it originally, it was mostly about like how the internet was blowing it up to like meme status, but you didn't really talk about the content of the show. So, okay, I was just curious about that. Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody, of course, you know. But I think overall it is a very good, very funny show. I didn't buy into it with the internet. I was tired of The Office memes all the time. But then just happened my wife was watching it, and then it was just like, you know, I'm like doing the dishes, and I find myself looking at it and watching it, and then I'm like back to doing the dishes. And then by the time I realized, I was like, man, I actually like the show. Then we like sat down and watched the whole thing. And, you know, I have some gripes with it, of course. You know, it's not a perfect show, but it's overall, the premise is hilarious. The acting is very good. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I also watched the British pilot, or like what originally started it, and there's some similarities. I actually kind of like that one. I like British kind of dry humor, and The Office is like an American version of that, but then to have the actual British dry humor in there was really cool. And I can wish it had continued on, but never did. But
that's fair.
I think you might like that one better, actually.
Probably. I do like a lot of BBC.
Yeah.
Pause.
Hey.
Pause.
Hey. They need to change their fucking name.
That's gonna get fucking captured so fast. I'm fucked.
Yeah, it is.
No, I really do like British broadcasting a lot. Like I'm a big Whovian. You know, I mean you know this. I've been watching Doctor Who forever.
Yeah.
You know, like that what was it? I'm trying to think of other shows that aren't necessarily spin-offs from that, but still. Let's see. Well, Torchwood, of course.
Didn't you like Monty Python?
Monty Python, yep. What was that show? Sherlock. Love Sherlock.
Oh, yep.
With Benedict Cucumber Dick, whatever his name is. No, Benedict Cumberbatch. I loved his Holmes.
Was really good.
Trying to think of some other shows. I of course I'm on the spot and I can't think of any, but I love British broadcasting. Yeah. So I might like it, but like I said, I put the American Office on the same spectrum as I would like SpongeBob SquarePants or fuck, I can't think of anything now. Oh, here's one. The Great British Bake Off. I'm not a fan of that. Like,
I haven't even watched it.
Yeah, like, but people like are always just about it online. Like, it's things like that where I feel like, again, you can like the shows you like, But I think that for The Office, for me, like I said, I think it just caught fire on the internet and people made it their personalities, which look, like I know I can't say anything about making it something my personality. Like I have a fucking Star Wars tattoo on my hand. Like
surrounded by all the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, like I love
Same.
Star Wars. But at the same time, I recognize that some people won't like it.
Yeah. They're still wrong, but it's fine.
I mean, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Indeed.
So there's technically two more here. And I realize how long we've been going on this, so I won't worry about the link I sent you because I was gonna grab some more. But we've actually spent a lot of good time talking and a very good debate. So I'll read this one real quick, but it really kind of relates to the former question we've already read. This one is: Toyota vehicles are Asian vehicles. 3, 2, 1.
I agree.
Agree.
Yeah. There's a lot of Toyota rooted in the U.S., which I think is actually kind of cool. Because like Tundras, for example, are built in Texas. They have a big plant, I think, in Ohio as well. Like they invest a lot into American business. So like because of that, I respect that. But it's still Japanese as fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
So this will be our last question of this episode. And I think you and I are going to have an interesting debate here. Jeans are more comfortable than shorts. 3, 2, 1.
Disagree. Now don't get me wrong. I love jeans. And if you would ask me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I probably would have told you jeans are more comfortable. But they're really not. Like they're comfortable, in my opinion. But in a lot of scenarios, shorts are better.
Did you disagree?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm 10 minutes into my monologue and he's fucking like, wait.
Well, in fairness, I mean, we grew up with you wearing nothing but jeans. Hell, you would have worn jeans swimming if you would have felt like more comfortable.
Yeah. And at that time I did, but they're just not. I'm wearing shorts now. Of course, I'm in the house. But there was a point where I'd wear jeans in the house all the time.
Yeah.
I still love them. But overall, shorts are more comfortable.
I'll go on the record and say this. A shorts hoodie combo, goated. Like, I think I could rest my case there, but
yeah.
To at least make for a decent argument here. I think that shorts, as someone who's worn shorts a majority of his life,
you're like the opposite
even
of me.
yeah, even in the cold weather, like I'd be rocking I'd be shoveling snow in shorts. I think that shorts are far more superior than jeans in the essence that a lot more freedom, in my opinion, breathable. I mean, like shorts just feel good. Like, I hate to say that, but it's true. Like, when you go out on a hot day, you're going to wear fucking denim or you're going to put on some fucking shorts. Well, I'm going to strap on my hoochie daddy shorts and let the skies out, thighs out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would prefer shorts. Now, I will say this. I do love a good pair of jeans. However, my jeans, and a lot of you might laugh at me for this, and I really don't give a fuck because I've heard it for years. My jeans, there's a style that I wear and only one style that I wear, and that is painted on. Like, I love my skinny jeans. Why? Because they are the closest resemblance to shorts that keep my legs warm. I have worn them when playing shows. I have worn them out in just an outfit. I have worn them around the house. They are superior. I like my legs feeling covered and protected if I'm going to wear jeans. I don't like floppy denim, period. I don't like to feel my shin hit the front of my pants and my calf hit the back of my pants while I'm walking. I want them motherfuckers snug. That's just how I like it.
Yep.
A lot of people don't. That's okay. But in the essence of the argument, yes, shorts are far more superior than jeans. So I disagree that jeans are more comfortable.
Yep. I don't like them painted on, but definitely a slim fit jean is perfect. Because once they're baggy, then it's that feeling of it hitting on the inside with every step. Not great.
When I see people wearing massive fucking bell bottoms or super baggy, like the Jinko jeans from back in the day, dude, I'm like, how does it feel wearing fucking parachutes on your legs, dude? Like, I cannot deal with that. Nothing against anybody who does, but holy fuck.
Yep.
Ugh. Like I think that's one of my like clothing pet peeves. Like I don't want to feel the fat as I'm walking. Like it's, yep. Yeah, I said what I said. That's twice in one episode. Clippable moments. You're welcome. All right, Sam.
I'll be busy editing.
Yeah, you are. That's it. That's it for the questions. Yeah.
It's good.
Very good hot takes dropped here. Again, shout out to Fire Thief and Marcus Delane for dropping some heat on us. If you would like to drop some hot takes of your own on us, again, links in the description. Join the Discord, and while you're here, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and come on back on Thursday because we got some fucked up shit to talk about in the weekly Tfue Digest. Yep. So until then, have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.